Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this lecture of Python, we'll be focusing on functions. Functions is a very huge topic. So in this first lecture of functions, we'll be understanding how to send positional arguments to the function. By positional arguments, I mean the sequence in which the arguments are defined. In the same way, they will be assigned to the parameters in the function definition. The sequence will be same, 1 to 1. Okay. We will not only see how the arguments are assigned to the parameters, how the function returns the result to the main function back, right? We will be doing everything practically. So let us move to the computer. In this lecture, we will be learning many things. How the arguments are passed to a function, how the values are assigned to the parameters one by one, and how the expression computed by the function are returned back to the main function. Like for example, this program is converting a number between 1 and 4 into words. See, I am running it. Enter a value between 1 and 4. Suppose I enter 2. 2 in words is 2. So we'll be doing all things practically. These are the programs we'll be learning. How to find out the area of rectangle, how to find the sum of sequence numbers, how a string is returned by the function. All we'll be doing practically. So watch the video up till the end. Let us start. In this lecture, we'll be learning about functions. Functions are small modules which, if written once, can be called several times just to avoid repetition of work. And the best part is that you can call the same function with different parameters, with different values. So the different values can be processed by the same function. So it reduces a lot of coding. Secondly, what happens that a major application is divided into small modules, and these different modules are made by different persons, so that huge application can be built up with the teamwork. So functions play a major role in building big applications. Functions is a huge topic. I have made 9 lectures for the functions. For example, this lecture is for understanding how the positional arguments are used in functions, how the values are returned by the functions, how the arguments are passed to it. I have made another lecture of functions to deal with strings, to find out whether the string is palindrome or not, to display Fibonacci number, to display nth Fibonacci number. There is a lecture for that. Again, a lecture to understand what are local and global variables in functions. Then there is a 5th lecture to explain how the default value parameters and keyword named arguments are set for a function. Recursion had been a very important topic in almost all interviews and all exams. Recursion is asked. So to calculate factorial, displaying sum of certain numbers, displaying nth Fibonacci number through recursive functions, finding palindrome string and all. So recursion, being a long topic, is split into 2 lectures again. Also in the previous lectures, we've seen the benefits of using list, tuples, strings, dictionaries. So the 8th lecture is dedicated to how the tuples, list and dictionaries are passed to a function and how a function returns them. And one more important lecture is made, that is how to calculate sin theta or cos theta using Taylor series. Very important lecture, right? So let us start with the first lecture. See, we have to understand functions very well, because after the function we will be learning about classes, object-oriented programming, which is the heart of any OOPS language, right? So what is a class? It's a collection of functions and variables. So we have to understand functions very carefully, right? So this is the first program. This is calculating area of rectangle. Formula is given, length into breadth, and the value of length and breadth is also given. The value of length is 10, the value of breadth is 5. Now doing it with function. See, this is a function. The functions in Python begins with def keyword. After that, there is a function name. Then there are parentheses. Within the parentheses, we'll be using parameters. We'll be understanding parameters in the next program. And finally, there is a colon. These indented statements are the body of the function. Okay. Now what happens is, this is the function, but it is of no use if it is not called. So this is the function defined, and here it is called. See, this is the main function where you are using a print statement. Area of rectangle is, and this rect, this is invoking of the function. So by calling the function, control will search for a def and rect, right? And if it is found, it will execute its body. So control will jump over here. It will initialize the values of the 2 variables, length and breadth. Length is initialized to 10 and breadth is initialized to 5. Return means go back to the main function and take the result of this expression, length into breadth, that is 50. So control will jump back to the main function, and the result which was mentioned in return will be placed here. So the output will be area of rectangle is 50. Got it? If the function is not returning anything, you can write return none, or if you don't write anything with return, default is done, and you can even remove the return statement. In that case also, the Python will assume that the none has to be returned to the main function. So let's copy this program. We'll go to the spider ID, I'll paste it over here and run it. Area of rectangle is 50. Can you see it? Now, let's go to the next program. Here, did I send any argument? No. But this function was returning something. Here I'll tell you how to pass the arguments to the function, but it will not return anything. Let's see how. Here I'm invoking the rect function and I'm sending two arguments. See, while calling the function, whatever you are sending is known as arguments, and in the function definition, you have to use equal number of parameters. See, these are parameters, these are not arguments. While calling the function, arguments are sent and they are received by the parameters. So this value 10 will be assigned to this length parameter, this 5 will be assigned to this breadth parameter. They should match. If you are sending two arguments, there should be two parameters. If the number of arguments and parameters not match, you might get an error or the incorrect result. Okay. So 10 and 5 are assigned to L and B parameters. Control will come here. Area of rectangle is 50. Return is not there, so return none is considered. Control will go back to the main function and will exit. Let's copy it. Control V, I am running it. Area of rectangle is 50. Now here I'll tell you how to pass arguments and how the value is returned by the function. See, I have commented out. I'll explain you what is the use of these two lines. First of all, let's see this. What is this print doing? Area of rectangle is, you are invoking the rect function, you are taking two arguments, and these two arguments 10 and 5 will be assigned to these two parameters. 10 will be assigned to L, 5 will be assigned to B. Return, go back to the main function and take the result of the expression L into B, that is 50. 50 will come over here and will get displayed. So the answer will be area of rectangle is 50. Let's understand the meaning of these two lines. You can also assign the result sent by the function to a variable. See, you are calling rect function, taking two arguments 10 and 5, which will be obviously assigned to the parameters L and B. Return L and B. The result of the expression 50 will be assigned to the variable on the left, that is A. Area of rectangle is, and the value of A, that is 50, will be displayed. So you can either directly display the result sent by the function, or you can assign the result sent by the function to a variable for further processing also. So let's copy this. So through this program you are learning how to send arguments and how the result is received through return. I am running it. Area of rectangle is 50. Now suppose I comment out this one and uncomment these two lines, that is assigning the result to the variable A and displaying the variable A. Let's run this. Result will be the same. Area of rectangle is 50. Now this is to understand how to use function to calculate area of circle. Hope you recall how to use the pi from the math module. Because the formula is pi r square, you have two options. Either you can define a variable pi and initialize it to value 3.141414, or you can make use of math module provided by Python and use pi directly. Okay. So we'll start from the main function. You are asking the user to enter the value of radius, which will be converted into integer form and will be assigned to radius variable. Here you are invoking area circ function and taking the value in radius variable as argument. This value of radius variable will be assigned to this r parameter. Formula is pi into r. So this double asterisk is raising the r to the power 2, r square. Recall in the earlier lectures we have learned how to make use of pow function. Pow r comma 2, r to the power 2. But this double asterisk also does the same function as pow was doing, raised to the power. So pi, the value of pi is taken from this math module, value assigned to the r parameter raised to the power 2. The result will be assigned to the variable A. This result will be returned back to the main function and will be assigned to the area variable. Area of the circle is, by this percentage point to f, what will happen? The result will be rounded off to 2 places of decimals. If you write 0.3, the result will be rounded to the 3 places of decimals. If you don't write this 0.2, what will happen that you might get the result up to 14 or 15 decimal values. The result will be very precise, up to 14 or 15 places of decimals, right? So you have confined it to 2 places of decimals. What will happen that when you write percentage point to f, control will jump out and will search for a variable preceded with this percentage symbol. So the value of area will be substituted at the place of this percentage point to f, rounded to 2 places of decimals. So the value of variable a will come over here. Let's copy it. Paste it in spider ID. Asking the radius, suppose I enter 7. See, the result is rounded to the 2 places of decimals because of this point to f. This function is to find out the sum of n sequence numbers. Suppose the user enters 5. The function will calculate the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Suppose the user enters 10. The sum of first 10 sequence numbers will be returned by the function. How? See. First the user is asked to enter a limit. Suppose user enters 5. That will be assigned to this variable limit. You are invoking the sum function and taking the argument limit. Limit has the value 5, which will be assigned to this parameter n. You are adding the sum of the first 5 sequence number into variable s. So s is initialized to 0. The for loop will range from 1 till 6 because this is exclusive. If you write n, that is 5, the value of I will range from 1 to 4. But when you make it 6 here, the value of I will range from 1 till 5. So in the first iteration, the value of I will be 1. That 1 will be added to the variable s. Because there is no step value, the step is considered to be 1. So in the next iteration, the value of I will become 2. That 2 will also be added to the variable s. Again, the value of variable I will become 3. That will be also added to variable s. So the value from 1 till 5 will be assigned to variable I, and the values in I will be assigned to the variable s. So when the for loop will get over, the sum of the sequence number will be in variable s, and that you are returning back to the main function, and that will be assigned to the variable total. You are displaying here sum of first 5, assuming that the value entered by user is 5. Sum of first 5 sequence number is, and the answer which is in total variable. Okay, let's copy it. Run it. Enter limit. Suppose I enter 5. Sum of first 5 sequence number is 15. Suppose I enter 10. Sum of 10 sequence number is 55. Now there is a homework for you, and you have to do it and let me know in comments whether you are able to do it or not. You have to convert this function into the factorial of an n number. That is, if the user enters 5, I want the result of 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. That is, I want multiplication. You have to do only 2 changes in this program. What are the 2 changes to convert this into a factorial function? You have to tell me in comments. Okay. Let's move on to the next program. Through this program, I wanted to tell you how a string is returned by a function. What is this program doing? It is asking the user to enter a value between 1 and 4, and it is displaying it in figures. Suppose user enters 2, it will display the result TWO, that is in words. Suppose the user enters 4, the result will be FOUR in words. But if the user enters a value less than 1 or more than 4, the output should be the value is out of the range. Okay. So what is happening? You are asking the user to enter the value between 1 and 4. That value will be converted into integer and will be assigned to the variable n. This is the AND operator. Recall from the earlier lectures we learned the 3 logical operators AND, OR and NOT. This is AND operator, hidden AND operator here. Both the logical expression should be true to make this if statement true, right? It is checking if the value of n, suppose I have entered value 2 in n, is 2 more than 1, yes. Is 2 less than 4, yes. Both the expressions are true, so it will go here and it will display 2 in words is, you are invoking the conv function, convert function, and taking the argument n. The value of n will be assigned to the parameter x, right? And here you are making use of 4 if statements. If the value of x is 1, it will go here. If the value of x is 2, it will go here, right? These are comparison operators, not an assignment operator. These are two double equal to signs. Okay. So assuming that the value of x is 2, control will come over here. It will go back to the main function and it will take the value TWO back to the main function. So it will be displayed here. 2 in words is 2. Can you see it? Suppose the user enters 5. Is 5 more than 1? Yes. Is 5 less than 4? No. Because of the hidden AND operator, both the expressions have to be true to make this if statement run. But it is not. You get the output, value is out of the range. So let's copy it. Enter number between 1 and 4, I enter 3. 3 in versus 3. Suppose I run, I enter 2. 2 in versus 2. Suppose I enter 5. Value is out of the range. You have to do two homeworks for me. One is that you have to calculate discriminant of a quadratic equation. Formula is b square minus 4ac. So the values of a, b and c have to be entered by the user. Secondly, you have to do the factorial of an input number. Right. This was the first lecture out of the 9 lectures which are based on functions. Right. Don't forget to watch the rest 8 lectures also. Please subscribe my channel. Write your comments. Share the video with your friends. Thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day.